Hello, friends. Welcome to our last day of Outer Space Week for virtual preschool. Oh boy, do I have a special treat for you today. It's going to be amazing to learn about astronauts together. But first, we're going to sing I Like to Make Music with Miss Nancy. Here she is.
This is I Like to Make Music from The Seasons. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. And I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I can and I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. And I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I can and I can and I can pat my knees, pat, 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 pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. And I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. Yes, I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you.
Thank you so much, Miss Nancy. It's so fun to sing together. Let's wake up Betsy. Call her. 1, 2, 3. Say, Betsy, where are you? Oh, Betsy has something to show you back here. Betsy, what do you have? Oh, hello, friends. I'll show you this thing in a minute. Hello, friends. How are you? Hello, Betsy. How are you? Hello, Miss Jamie. How are you? We're so glad to see you. Here, here. We're all here. Here, here. We're all here. Here, here. We're all here. We're all here together. Yay! And Betsy, what did you bring to show us today? What is this? Oh, I remember. Betsy and I went to the Air and Space Museum recently to see some things about outer space. And Betsy picked out this astronaut bear as her souvenir. The astronaut bear has an air pack and a space suit and even a space helmet. Can you see this astronaut bear? Betsy really wanted to show you that today because we're going to learn all about astronauts. And do I have an amazing special treat to share with you today? This is amazing, a picture of some real astronauts. These are 4 astronauts who went up into outer space about 40 years ago, and Miss Jamie was a little girl. They went up in a shuttle called the Columbia. Well, this astronaut here His daughter is a friend of mine, and she let me show you some things from space. She gave me the astronaut's suit and coat and glove so I can show you what a real astronaut wears when he goes or when she goes into outer space. Would you like to see it? Let me show you one more picture first. So this is what the astronauts were doing. The astronauts here who were on the Columbia, they were working on this piece of equipment to learn more about outer space. They were doing science up in outer space. I also have I'm going to put this right here so you can see it. I also have some newspaper articles about these astronauts. Here's a picture of the 4 astronauts getting ready to launch on their rocket ship. And this is the astronaut whose spacesuit I have to show you. They took off in their space shuttle in November 1982 in the Columbia. That's about 40 years ago. Do you see them all getting ready to go up in the space shuttle? Here's another picture of them inside the space shuttle. So here are the 4 astronauts, and this is the astronaut Bill Lenoir, who I know, his daughter, and here's their space shuttle, and it's counting down, ready to go into outer space. Do you see this is the Columbia? And it went up for the 5th time with the astronauts inside. They took off from Houston, Texas. And then here's a picture of them inside. Do you see? Oh, here they are practicing how to walk in space. Isn't that interesting? And here's a picture of the astronaut that I know. Okay, would you like to see astronaut Lenoir's space suit? This is amazing. Look at this. This is his real spacesuit. This is what he wore in the space shuttle all the way up into outer space on the Columbia. Look how big it is. It has pants. Can you see? And you have to go like this. You have to unzip it like this and then step inside and zip it all the way up. And this is his spacesuit, a real spacesuit that went into outer space. See, it says NASA on the shoulder, and it has an American flag on this side. Can you see that? And this one says the Columbia. That's the name of the shuttle that they went up into. Isn't that amazing? It even has the tag on it that says which astronaut wore this space suit. And here's the astronaut's real space jacket. He put this on over top of his spacesuit. Can you see it? See, it says Space Shuttle, and there's his name. Isn't that so cool? And here's the best part. I have his space glove. Isn't that amazing that they let me borrow it to show you? Here is the real, actual space glove that the astronauts wore into outer space to cover up their hands. Isn't that so cool that a real person could get into that space shuttle and go up into outer space? Isn't that a funny looking glove? It has squishy rubber fingertips. And then the inside has this metal hole where you put your hand in there. Can you see that space glove? Do you think you would like to be an astronaut who goes up into outer space? Would that be interesting to you? If you like learning about outer space and you want to study more, maybe someday you will also be an astronaut. An astronaut, Bill Lenoir, every time they went on a practice trip, they got a patch. Look at all the patches that he got from practicing and going into outer space. Do you see all of those space patches? Isn't that amazing? So cool. That might be the coolest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Isn't that awesome? Not every day do you get to see a real, actual spacesuit from outer space. We're going to sing about all the things that the astronaut needs to wear to go into outer space. And the song goes like this. If I were an astronaut, an astronaut, an astronaut. If I were an astronaut, I'd put my space suit on. Yes, let's put it on. Zip it up. There come the space suit. And now we're going to put on the gloves. If I were an astronaut, an astronaut, an astronaut. If I were an astronaut, I'd put my space gloves on. How cool is that? We should leave this here. That is so cool, isn't it? What else? Let's see. The astronaut needs a belt. If I were an astronaut, an astronaut, an astronaut. If I were an astronaut, I'd put my belt on. The arrow is pointing right here to the belt. And buckle that on. And we need boots. Can you sing with me? If I were an astronaut, an astronaut, an astronaut. If I were an astronaut, I'd put my space boots on. Good. And we have some, I think this is the spacesuit. I think I put this on the wrong spot. These are the buttons. You need some buttons to work your oxygen, right? So you can breathe up in outer space. If I were an astronaut, an astronaut, an astronaut. If I were an astronaut, I'd put my buttons on. And the last part is the helmet, so they can protect their head and breathe. This one says helmet. If I were an astronaut, an astronaut, an astronaut. If I were an astronaut, I'd put my helmet on. Would you like to be an astronaut? Do you know one thing is tricky when you go up into outer space? There's not a lot of food to eat in outer space. So the astronauts have to eat dried food. Before they go up into outer space, they take all the water out of the food and put it in little pouches like this. Betsy and I got this at the museum when we went to visit. Inside here is an ice cream sandwich, an astronaut ice cream sandwich. It's all dried out. It's not wet or melty like a regular ice cream sandwich. Would you like to see what it looks like? What the astronauts might eat up in outer space? I wonder if it would taste good. Let's look and see. So they have to open up the package like this. And let's see what's inside. Well, it looks like an ice cream sandwich. Is it going to taste like an ice cream sandwich? Let's open it up and see. Look at this dry ice cream sandwich. Do you see that? It's not melty, it's all dry. And then the astronaut could just take a piece of the ice cream sandwich like this. Can you see it? It's crunchy. Can you see that ice cream sandwich? It won't melt. That's how the astronauts eat in outer space. They have to eat dried up astronaut food. I wonder, would you like to eat dried up astronaut food? I don't know if I would or not. I'm not sure how that tastes. I have 5 brave astronauts who went up to the moon. Do you see them standing on this full moon? Let's count the astronauts. Will you help me? Say the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you show me 5? 5 brave astronauts going to the moon, going in a rocket. They will be there soon. 1 takes a step out into space. He starts exploring. Oh, what a place. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 brave astronauts going to the moon. Traveling in a rocket, they will be there soon. One takes a step out into space. She starts exploring. Oh, what a place. Now there are 1, 2, 3. 3 brave astronauts going to the moon. Traveling in a rocket, they will be there soon. One takes a step out into space. She starts exploring. Oh, what a wonderful place. Now there are 1, 2. 2 brave astronauts going to the moon. Traveling in a rocket, they will be there soon. One takes a step out into space. He starts exploring. Oh, what a place. Now there's 1 brave astronaut traveling to the moon. Going in a rocket, they will be there soon. He takes a step out into space, starts exploring. Oh, what a place. Now let's put them back on so that back in the rocket. Ready? 1. Oops, where's number 2? Number 2, here they are. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 5 brave astronauts exploring the moon. Time to go home. They will be there soon. Good job. That's fun, isn't it? Do you think you'd like to go with 5 astronauts up into outer space? That would be amazing. We are going to make some space patterns today. We've done patterns before, so I know you're really good at them. And a pattern is when things repeat over and over again, like this. Star, Earth, and then it repeats again. So we've got star, Earth, star, Earth. Can you figure out what comes next? Let's say the pattern. Star, Earth, star, Earth. What comes next? Star, you're right. And what comes last? Star, Earth, star, Earth, star. Say it really loud so I can hear you. Earth, you did it. We made a star, Earth pattern. Give your brain a kiss. Brain, so smart. Let's do another pattern. This time the pattern is going to be moon, sun. You think we can try it? Ready? Moon, sun. Moon. What comes next? Say it. Sun. Good. What comes next? Let's see if we can figure it out. Moon, sun. Moon, sun. Say it. Moon. Good. And the last one is, say it really loud. Oh, and you know the sign? Sun. Oh, you made another pattern. Give your brain a kiss. Brain, you're so smart. Should we do one more? Okay, here's one more pattern. This time the pattern is going to be rocket, astronaut. Should we make it up on the board? Okay, say the pattern with me. Say rocket, astronaut. Good, let's do it again. Rocket, astronaut. Good. I wonder if we can figure out what comes next. Say the pattern with me. Rocket, astronaut. Rocket, astronaut. Rocket. And the last one. Astronaut. You did it. Let's say the whole pattern. Ready? Rocket, astronaut. Rocket, astronaut. Rocket, astronaut. made another pattern. Give your brain a kiss. Mwah! Brain, you're so smart. Wow, this has been a fun day. I'm so excited about the book that I'm going to read to you today. This book is written by a real astronaut. Not the astronaut that I showed you, the astronaut suit, a different astronaut. This book is called Astronaut. It's about a little mouse who's an astronaut. It's not a true story. It's a fiction story, but it's written by a real astronaut, by astronaut Mark Kelly. The astronaut wrote the book. He's the author. He's an astronaut and an author. And the illustrations are by C.F. Payne. This is one of those books that has the book jacket that makes it hard for Miss Jamie to hold it. So I'm going to take the book jacket off just so that I can read it a little bit easier to you. Let's read Astronaut. Find out what happens when this little mouse goes up into outer space. Here's the title page, Astronaut, based on a partially true story by astronaut Mark Kelly. The space shuttle is set for a launch, and the astronauts are doing their last-minute training to prepare for the mission. See the astronauts training? NASA is sending along some special guests for this flight, and they are training too. Who are the little guests? Mice. Moustronauts. One mouse is smaller than all the rest. His name is Meteor. The other mice know he won't be chosen for this important mission. But someone has his eye on Meteor, and he's impressed with the little mouse's hard work. You see him running in the wheel there? The shuttle commander announces that 6 mice will be selected for the flight. He picks 5 of the biggest, strongest mice. But for the 6th spot, to everyone's surprise, he chooses Meteor. Look, the other mice are surprised. That's their surprised face. All 6 are taken to their new home, a special cage called the Mouse Hotel. The other mice are nervous as the countdown begins, but not Meteor. Can we count down? Here's the rocket. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff! There's the rocket, the shuttle attached to the rocket. At first, the mice are pressed flat against their cages by the power of the launch, but then the pressure goes away. The other mice cling to their cage in terror, but not Meteor. He loves the feeling of weightlessness. Hey, little guy, the commander says, you're a natural, a real, live Astronaut. Meteor is taken from his cage and gets a tour of the shuttle. He can even see the Earth way off in the distance. It sort of looks like the inside of an airplane, doesn't it? Inside the cockpit. The astronauts are all very busy during the 14-day flight. There are some spacewalks to take and experiments to conduct. But what can Meteor do to help? You see them in their spacesuits? Then, while answering email, one of the astronauts notices that the key to the control panel stuck between the monitors. When he tries to get it out, it accidentally gets wedged down farther. This isn't good, says the commander. We need that key back. One astronaut tries to move the monitor. It doesn't budge. Another slips her fingers into the crack, but the key is stuck down too deep. One even tries pushing it out with a long piece of metal, but no luck. No one can reach it. Are you making a prediction? How are they going to get that key back? The astronauts are getting worried, but as they discuss the problem, a tiny figure has an idea. Being the smallest isn't a bad thing, Meteor says to himself. Maybe I can be useful on this flight. Do you think the little mousetronaut can get the key back? Meteor squeezes his way into the crack. The space is dark and cramped, but Meteor spots the key and tugs at it with all his might. Hey, look what our tiny friend has done, the commander says. He saved the mission. Look how cute he is. When the shuttle returns to Earth, Meteor is declared a hero. He's even given a brand new uniform and an official title, Mousetronaut. There they are standing under the space shuttle. All the astronauts cheer and applaud, but Meteor is already thinking about his next big mission. Isn't that neat? And there's some information in the back about that space trip. And there's Meteor looking at a shooting star. The Mousetronaut. So cute. Well, friends, I have the last home project for you today and also a special certificate I'll show you with Betsy. So for your last project today, your job is to design and build your own rocket ship. You can use anything you want. You can use boxes, blocks, tape. Maybe you'd like to draw it to see what your rocket ship would look like. I'm going to use some of my favorite blocks, which are called magnetiles. They stick together with magnets, watch. Do you see how they stick together? And I'm going to make a really tall rocket ship, I think, for this one. You get to decide how you want to design your own rocket. When you're the designer, you get to make all the choices. There's not a wrong way or a right way to make it. I think I'm going to use these squares to build it up really tall like this. And then maybe I will use some of these triangles to build a pointy part up at the top. What do you think? And maybe I could even use these to make like wings on my spaceship. Oh yeah, like that. That's good. And we could do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Blast off. The bottom fell off. I need to redesign it so it's a little sturdier. Betsy and I will work on that later. I also sent you in your email or on your computer a special certificate that says you are a star student. Your grown-up can type your name here. And then maybe you could take a picture to show that you finished this season of virtual preschool and you did an amazing job. I'm so proud of you. I love being your teacher and getting to talk to you every day during our virtual preschool lessons. It's the best part of my whole week. Let's call Betsy back. Will you help me? 1, 2, 3. Say, Betsy, come back. Come on, Betsy. Hello, friends. Ooh, I loved seeing that space glove. Maybe, Betsy, we can eat some astronaut ice cream sandwich later. Oh, what? Oh, of course. Betsy wants to know if you throw her some bird seeds, she'll sprinkle it on her ice cream sandwich. Of course. That's fun. Betsy, would you like to be an astronaut? I would too. That would be so interesting. It's time for us to sing goodbye today. Preschool time is over now, over now, over now. Preschool time is over now for another day. Wave goodbye to all of our friends, all of our friends, all of our friends. Wave goodbye to all of our friends. It's time to stay home and play. Hip, hip, hooray! Do you have any birdseed so that Betsy can sprinkle it on her astronaut ice cream sandwich? All right, while you're getting it out, I'll show you. This is your last play pack this week. It has ideas for you to use to play and learn after the video is over. Birdseed, please. She's always hungry. Extra today? Thank you, friends. And here comes your kiss. Hold out your hand like this. Catch it. Stick it to your cheek. You need extra glue today so it sticks for a really long time. And give yourself a big hug from Miss Jamie and Betsy. It is so much fun to do preschool with you. I love being your teacher, and Betsy and I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye, friends. Bye-bye.